All right, moving on to the ACC, one of the worst conferences in all of football.
Oh,
Yes, you heard me right. The ACC, not the Big 12, not even the Pac-12. No, the ACC is really trash currently. But we've got Pitt and Georgia Tech now. We made a video. This has been probably 4 weeks now about how Georgia Tech's kind of being disrespected in all of these spread numbers because they are only a one-loss team. And then let's be real, all their wins have not been pretty. They haven't been blowing people out. It's been ugly. It's been a dogfight, the whole nine. But they're only a 2.5-point favorite at home against Pitt, a team that just hosted game day last week and got whopped by Notre Dame 37-15 when it should have been, 37 to what is it, 9 because they scored the last second touchdown. So they got mollywopped by Notre Dame. The coach said he didn't care if they win the game or lose it by 100. It didn't matter. And that's what happened. You got mollywopped. So, and again, Georgia Tech's has only a 56% chance to win, which seems astronomical to me. That's even the computer does not give Georgia Tech any credit. I know we like Georgia Tech's Chase. I'm curious to hear what you say. Oh,
you really thought that Miami and Clemson were going to be the ACC championship, huh?
No, it's gonna be those Virginias, those Pittsburghs. It's the ACC, man. We got unranked SMU in the 4th spot in the ACC. This is the epitome of just who the ACC is. Just the ball variable, the variance that they bring. This is actually a really good game. Pittsburgh's 3rd in the ACC right now, has a chance to kind of jump up past Virginia. Just again, Virginia being the 2nd team in the ACC right now. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to do my trip. I don't know what that means. Like it's just it's something like it's so much fun to watch the ACC because I'm such a Georgia Tech lover. And this is like when I've talked about other coaches, I've talked about like what you can tell a coach like if a coach is winning 3 games, but there is something that I've seen that there's going to be growth from that season. I'm appreciative of, and Brent Key is the epitome of that. When they went 7-6, but they beat like Miami that season on
not fumble.
the fumble or whatnot. Like you were like, man, like Georgia Tech's like on the doorstep. They're knocking, and like again, the ACC is not great, but Georgia Tech they opened the door this season. 9-1, they did lose a game to NC State. But that's kind of like again, me and Freddie mentioned it before we started recording. It's kind of just the stuff you have to get used to with college football now. There's no like true underdogs anymore. Everybody has the talent on the teams that to compete fully because of the money. And so like the talent's there. It's more on the coaches to make sure that they have the right stuff in for them to win ball games. So it's more on the coaches now than ever. But anyway, Georgia Tech lost a game and then they didn't come out hot. They had a bye week and then nearly got upset by Boston College. I don't always chew my fingernails. I'm lying, but I did during that game because of how close it was, and they ended up pulling it out. Congrats to Georgia Tech. You're still alive right now. But again, the way you're playing does not have you currently sitting for a postseason berth, right? Oh well, whatever. Anyway, but I'm actually super excited about this game. I think it's going to be a really fun one to watch. Pittsburgh has a kid that is balling out. Heinschel.
Sure.
I don't know. Say it with me. I don't know. Write it out, spell it out, and give me a dictionary, like little term. I don't know. Anyway, kid's balling. Kid's having a great season so far, and he's what has made Pittsburgh good. Eli Holstein was there for the team. I think he got benched earlier this season in preparation for this kid, and they've been balling. And yeah, you can say they got mollywopped by Notre Dame. It was at Notre Dame, or no, it was at home. My bad. It was at home, and Notre Dame's kind of found their switch. Let's just be honest. Earlier in the season, if this had been week 3, week 4, and I'd been like, all right.
Jeremiah Love might be the best player in the country.
I'm saying they Freeman and Love, they've really found their switch and they're moving. So I'm not super mad at this game. I wish it would have been a little closer, but since before that, you were absolutely on a roll, winning games. You hadn't lost since week 4, who is now top 20 Louisville, and that was only by 1 score, and then you lost in overtime for the other one. So like you've been competitive all season. You've just been budding. You've been hoping on it. And Georgia Tech has not been playing good football, Freddie. play good football, and that's what I hate. I hate. Don't give up. I guess maybe they hit their pedestal or their ceiling where they're like, dude, we're the top dog. We're so great. We're undefeated. Whatever.
We
I mean,
beat Clemson.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we've done everything we needed to do this season. I hope this isn't one of those South Carolina things or Clemson things or whatever where you get to 8, 9 and 0 and you're like, all right, I can lose the last 4. You know? I'll break.
Don't you do it.
And I love King. I love Haynes King, man. Haynes King is honestly, he could have 0 passing yards, 0 rushing yards, 42 interceptions. But I'd give him the Heisman because of just how much he puts his body on the line. I tell you what. I also love me some Haynes King. And that's why I'm going Georgia Tech. He's the motor that runs. He's the motor that there was a book back in my day. It was called The Little Engine That Could. It was written about Haynes King. I tell you what, it was written about Haynes King.
I love that book.
I do too. It's a tale as old as time. It was written on him before he even played football. But I love what they do at Georgia Tech. And I genuinely think whenever there's a play to be made or it is coming down to the line, you put the ball in Haynes King's hands, he's going to be able to get something happening. I'm going to go with Key and the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I don't think it's any surprise who I'm going to go with in this game. I'm going to go Georgia Tech as well. I think they cover this 2.5 easily, very easily here. It's at home. You're coming off a very good win, and I say a good win. It was against, as you said, Boston College. I think they're 1-9, 1-10, whatever it is. They're terrible. They're the worst team in the ACC. However, those are the type of games that builds, and I'm going to use this term, so it builds championship chemistry. Those type of games. Now, I'm not saying national championship. No, maybe ACC. We can live in that neighborhood. But to me, that really showed that the team has come together and they have very good chemistry. And then Pitt, man, I said this last week. They were, oh my gosh, it makes me so mad. The only reason why they were ranked is to give Notre Dame another ranked win. They're not really that great of a football team. No reason game day should have been there. It was a cool set with the background and whatever you want to say. It shouldn't have been there. It should have either been in Tuscaloosa or it should have been in Athens, Georgia, or that D2 thing where you got the 2 rivals across the street from each other, which is a really cool situation. They could have chose a lot of other games, but they chose that one. And Pitt just, man, from the second drive of the game, I was like, this is over with. This is over with. Pick 6, 14-0 is over with. Give me the Yellow Jackets to win and to win comfortably here at home against Pitt and pretty much punch their ticket to the ACC championship game at that point. I mean, am I weird in saying that?
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like the ACC is just so volatile this season. Like you got Virginia who like upset Florida State earlier this year, and now you're sitting at like, about to watch the Cavaliers play for an ACC championship. Not only that, are we about to watch them play against Georgia Tech in the ACC championship?
Yeah.
Like that's how weird it is. Like every single season, and that's why like you can't buy the hype of a lot of these ACC teams. You come in, Miami's got a new quarterback. They're going to figure something out. Clemson's going to return to glory, and then Florida State's also going to be Florida State. And it just your top tier programs in there are never as top tier as you think. So,
yeah. By the way, it would punch their ticket to the ACC title because I forgot all they have left is Georgia after that. So, yeah, that could turn into where the ACC title is a must win to make the playoffs if you're Georgia Tech then.